The Trojan War is arguably the most famous event in all of Greek mythology, a sweeping tale of love, pride, gods and vengeance. We know the names: Hector, Achilles, Odysseus and Agamemnon. We know the story, the Greeks besieging Troy for 10 long years over the abduction of Helen. But there's one question that always lingers. Why on earth did it take a decade for all of Greece to conquer a single city? The myth versus the reality, sort of. At first glance, it seems absurd. According to the myths, all the great forces of Greece gathered to wage war against Troy. With the combined might of Mycenae, Sparta, Ithaca, and more, how could Troy have possibly held out for 10 years? The issue isn't that a siege lasting that long is impossible. History is full of prolonged conflicts. The problem is that if the Greeks truly united their armies against one city, Troy shouldn't have stood a chance for more than a few months. Troy wasn't alone. The truth is that the Trojan War wasn't simply a single siege. Troy had allies, and powerful ones. The Trojans called upon support from neighbouring states across Anatolia and even from parts of Europe. Among their allies were the rising powers of Phrygia and Lydia, as well as the fearsome Thracians from the north. So the Trojan War wasn't one static siege. It was a broader regional conflict with multiple armies, shifting fronts and alliances that stretched across nations. The Greeks weren't united either. Despite the legends, the Greek forces didn't maintain one massive organised siege for 10 straight years. They simply didn't have the logistics for that. No steady supply lines, no centralised command, and no unified kingdom to support the war effort. Instead, the armies scattered across the countryside, raiding, pillaging and sustaining themselves off nearby lands. During this time, Achilles himself led campaigns that captured at least 11 cities allied with Troy. So rather than one long, unbroken siege, the Trojan War was a series of battles, raids, and sub-campaigns that stretched across a decade. The takeaway. The traditional story, a single 10-year siege of Troy, makes for good drama, but it doesn't hold up under closer examination. What really happened, at least within the mythological framework, was something more complex. A prolonged, chaotic conflict between coalitions of city-states and kingdoms, each with its own motives and struggles. And maybe that's part of what makes the Trojan War endure. It wasn't just a battle over Helen, it was a clash of cultures, egos and ambitions, drawn out over years of blood, glory and heartbreak.